Welcome to the MLB Closing Time Show for Saturday, May 8th, here on Pub Sports Radio. Ian Cameron, Conor Mack, ready to break down the Saturday card. Welcome, everybody in the chat. I like the comment by David Chat saying you guys are champs. You're ready to rock on camera, even on weekends. I'm still trying to wake up. And we take pride in it, Conor and I. Nobody's doing a baseball show Saturday and Sunday on weekends too, breaking down every game. Simple as that. We're the only ones that I've seen. That's for damn sure. And we're proud of it. And that's why we do these shows 7 days a week right here with the MLB Closing Time Show. So with that in mind, Conor, let's get to it. Obviously, last night, the big headline story is Wade Miley throwing a no-hitter. And I said on Twitter, though, it's too damn easy to throw a no-hitter these days. I mean, it's like every single pitcher, every mediocre fringe arm that you could think of can basically go out there these days and throw a no-hitter and throw a no-no. What's next? We're going to see Vinny Velasquez trotting out there and throwing a no-hitter against Atlanta tonight. He better not. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Yeah. But, what are you going to see now? I mean, it's like everybody, is going to throw a no-hitter. I feel if I loosen up my arm and, really work at it over the next couple of years and could crack the big leagues, I might be able to even do it at this point. Who the hell knows anymore? But nevertheless, look, all kidding aside, good on Wade Miley. He's been around the block. He's been kicked around a little bit. He's definitely had a up and down career, but give him credit. Definitely a nice performance last night.
Definitely. It seems like a lot. We'll see if it continues. No-nos. It's like the home run, the swing and miss, strikeouts, and that's kind of it. I'd like to see a little more situational hitting. And we talk about that's like I always had the Dodgers problem. And it still is. And they got injuries too now. They're just a whole shit show. We'll talk about them later. But let's rock and roll, brother.
Let's rock and roll indeed. Washington Nationals, New York Yankees. First game on tap here. We've got Scherzer and Kluber in this one. Yankees minus 130 to minus 140 here. Home favorites, total 8.5. Corey Kluber's a different guy now. He's turned things around. He's been a lot better. In fact, he's gotten progressively better. I think you can say that every start he's made, he's gotten better. And I don't want to say he's back to Cy Young Kluber. I don't think he'll get there ever, but he's closer to that level now than he was early in the season when he was really struggling. Walks were an issue, laboring through most innings. So we'll see if he can keep it going here in this one. Scherzer, 2.54 ERA for him coming into this start against the Yankees. Judge is 2 for 3 against him, but you've got a minimal sample size there. I'm going to come back to Stanton total bases over and home run prop today. I mean, that's the one that stands out here player props wise. He's 6 for 21 with 3 dingers off Max Scherzer in the past and a lot of familiarity from his time in the Miami Marlins with Giancarlo, the artist formerly known as Mike Stanton. He is a guy that's definitely seen Scherzer a lot from those NL East days, and 6 for 21 with 3 homers. So, yesterday we gave you LeMahieu and Stanton over total bases. We split 1-1, but came out of it with profit with the 2 home run props we gave you on those 2 guys because of LeMahieu not only getting 1 but 2 homers in that game, plus 600. I wish I would have bet LeMahieu to hit 2 homers in that game, but just to hit 1, he was plus 600. Great hit there. Stanton, I'd probably come back to him today over total bases and that home run prop in that plus 250 to plus 260 range again. He's had success against Scherzer. As far as the side and the total is concerned, not a whole lot on it because with Scherzer, you know what you're going to get. He's probably going to pitch well. He's probably going to keep his team in the game, keep the runs low, strike out a lot of guys, but also give up a home run or 2 because that's often what he does. He's prone to the home run ball, and he definitely could be in this park today. What do you think here, Conor? Nats, Yankees.
Yeah, we'll see here. This one's interesting. I'm with you. I think you got to play the Stanton prop, especially the homer. 3 jacks here off Scherzer. I wanted more at home here. But right off the bat, I know Kluber's look better. I'd go with the Nats again. I know they exploded with that big inning, and that's always the Nats to me. They usually have a big game, and man, they could put up a goose egg the next day. Kluber's look great, like you said, the last few starts. His ERA's down to 3. His changeup's really working. I watched his last start. That was his best pitch. If he's got that change working and keeps it down, there could be low scoring in this one. I'm still hemming and hawing about this one. I still think the plus money with the Nats or half run. You got Scherzer on the bump, even though I said I like him at home. Man, he's a bulldog at plus money, even at his age still now. Give me Scherzer with plus money. So Nats first 5.5 run, I'd look that way. And then, of course, the stand prop, you already mentioned it, 3 dingers. Give it again. Hopefully he can hit a long one today.
Yeah, Maxwell Smart, good to see you, my friend, in the chat here. I actually been in the chat a few times, but yeah, 0.5 minus 150. Some books will have Stanton half base, at a higher price, or you could go 1.5 bases at a plus price. So it's going to be a split line between books. So it depends on what you want, actually, more than anything. If you want, because obviously 0.5 only needs is a single or a walk, and you cash. But if you want 1.5 bases at a plus price, you're going to need them, to get 2 singles or a double or a home run or something like that. So it just depends on where you stand on the value. Do you value getting the 0.5, or would you rather have the plus price and lay a price, or would you rather have the 1.5 and at a plus price and take a shot maybe with some greater value there? It's totally up to you. Colorado and St. Louis, we've got Chichi Gonzalez, Carlos Martinez, your pitching matchup here in this one. We've got the looks like the Cardinals here in terms of where are they? They're right at the top of my screen. Here we go. Minus 180, home favorites, 7.5 the total. This is my Philly Atlanta game for today. Why is this total going down this much? Really? Why is it? You've got Carlos Martinez, who's very, very erratic, who's very, very up and down. And on the flip side, you've got Chichi Gonzalez, who I think is going to get worse, not better. And we're already seeing the warning signs with him that regression is hitting. He had a decent little start. He wasn't as good last time out. There is chance of rain, so maybe there's some fear that delays sometimes interrupt the flow. And oftentimes, if there's a rain delay and the game starts late, or there's a delay of some kind, players are in a rush, umpires are in a rush. They want to get the game over with, and that's not good if you like overs, because it's a more liberal strike zone that way. But nevertheless, with these two pitchers, I don't agree with this total going down. For me, it's over 7.5. If I'm betting this game, far as the side goes, I want neither side. Don't want Colorado, and I'm not laying this number with Carlos Martinez. No way, no how. I was on St. Louis yesterday, but that's with a premium arm. Premium. Jack Flaherty on the mound.
Yeah.
Not the case today with Carlos Martinez. So, yeah, wind blowing in, David. That's a good point as to maybe why the total's going down as well, but I don't get it. I would look to buck the move. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, I would too. Both these teams haven't got there. And the Cards yesterday, I left that off and I kicked myself. They were up 5-0, and then it didn't score again. And I was kind of like, what are we going to get with the Cards? But it got there. Shit, that's all you need. Ticket cashed. I agree with you, the team total. I'd look more just the full game. I think the over 7.5 just to be a little safe. But the Rockies over 3.5 plus 110, and the Cardinals again over 4.5 plus 105. I think that's a good way to look. No way I'm going to lay the price with Martinez with the Cardinals. I'm not going to play this side. I'd be on the Rockies first 5. I just can't do it with Chichi. And Charlie Blackmon, he's the only guy. Talk about him props over 1.5 bases or maybe, and he's got a dinger. He's 10 for 22 off Martinez. Just ripped him in his career, hitting 500 almost. So maybe a Charlie Blackmon prop here.
Yes. 100%. I was going to mention that, and you beat me to it. Well done, Connor. Absolutely 100% like that. There's another one for you. 10 for 21, a home run. I'd take a shot with both, even the home run prop. I'd probably put more on the bases prop on Charlie Blackmon against Carlos Martinez. No question about that. That is a stark, and that's a big sample size. Like if I'm going to bet these player props, total bases over, or in my wheelhouse, I like strikeout props over, total bases over, and the home run props. Those are the majority of my player prop bets in MLB. But if I want a total bases over, I'm not looking at, okay, good on you, you're 4 for 4 against him. That's not enough of a sample size, 4 at bats. I need something. I need meat on the bone. What good's a chicken wing without the chicken, right? So in this case here, Charlie Blackmon, I need 21 at bats is a good sample size at this point in time. That's enough data there that says this guy's seen Carlos Martinez very well from the batter's box. So I agree with you there, Connor. That's a good prop. Charlie Blackmon there, over total bases there. I like the over 7.5 as well. It does concern me that the wind blowing in 7.5 total, much like the Cub game yesterday, and that game stayed way under the total. But I don't buy it with these two pitchers. Will Crow, Trevor Williams, Pittsburgh and Chicago Cubs. Next game on tap here, we've got the Chicago Cubs minus 185, home favorites, total 8. In no way, shape, or form am I laying this price with the Cubs. I'll tell you that right now. They did win yesterday. Pittsburgh, slumping 13-8. Their bats couldn't get going yesterday against Zach Davies. Man, is that a concern. But boy, Trevor Williams is struggling, and the Pirates have hit Trevor Williams. This is another situation where you look at past history. A lot of success for these Pirate hitters against Trevor Williams. So that bothers me a little bit for him. Will Crow, on the other hand, has gotten off to a 4.66 ERA. A guy that's been toiling around for a couple of years and is just now getting a crack at the rotation. Pretty much tells you that there's not a whole lot of upside there. It should be interesting to see. Williams did have a really rough go last time he faced the Pirates. Can he turn it around here? We'll have to wait and see. It's tough because Pittsburgh's just not hitting right now. They really aren't. And there's some really slop arms that are shutting them down at the moment. And that's what's bothering me here. I would lean to Pittsburgh team total over, lean to the full game over, but I'm not going balls to the wall with it. What do you think here, C-Mac, Pirates and Cubs?
Yeah, me too. I was on the Pirates, not big yesterday. If I was on them today, I'd be on them first 5 as well. I know the Cubs are playing a little bit better baseball. They won 4 or 5 in a row. Just not a big fan of Williams. And we'll see what Crow can do. I mean, he's 0-1 with a 4.66. He was a big prospect, a few years ago. I'd be on the Pirates, first 5 plus 160. The problem is they just can't hit, and that's what's kind of just making me pause here again. I mean, I look at their team total is 3.5. I can't trust them to get to 4. So I think I'm going to lay off all the way around. I'm going to stay off the Pirates here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball is just an art. There's an art form to handicapping it because there's so many factors. Yeah, they've hit Williams in the past. Yeah, it looks like they should be able to hit him today with that success rate. But you look at the last 5 games, 0-0, 2-2-2. Those are the runs scored for the Pittsburgh Pirates. The lineup's just in dismal, dreadful form. And current form is part of the process for me. It's part of the handicap. It can't be ignored that this team can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag right now. And that's why I'm probably going to end up staying off that. It would be the lean, but probably enough concern there to stay away. San Diego, San Francisco, Joe Musgrove, Kevin Gossman on the mound here. We've got the Padres minus 125, road favorites here. Total 7 across the board. Should be a good pitching matchup, no question about that. A 2.38 ERA on the season for Musgrove, a 2.04 ERA on the season for Gossman. Pretty good matchup here. They actually faced off last weekend in San Diego, and it was a 7-1 win for the Giants and for Kevin Gossman. So he definitely outdueled Musgrove that day. Can Musgrove flip the script here? That's the question. But boy, in his 2 starts against the Padres this year, 2 runs, 11 strikeouts, 13 innings, 1.38 ERA, 224 opponents batting average against. Gossman's been great, and in his career, he's been great against the Padres as well. So Musgrove, we'll see if he can get it going here. I mean, he's not necessarily been great since that no-hitter he had. He didn't pitch deep into the game last time. Or against the Brewers, he took a loss. And then in the only 3 innings, against the Giants, 3-run home run given up in that game. He only has a 4.5 ERA in his career against the Giants. So that's definitely something that you got to be concerned a little bit about here. I would lean San Fran in the first 5 here. Again, you don't want that bullpen. You absolutely don't want anything to do with that Giants bullpen. And they were hanging on for dear life just to win the game last night. Thankfully, they did, but it was a nervous 9th inning for the Giants. It's like that for them with their bullpen every day these days. So I would lean San Fran first 5 under, and first 5 under, I should say. San Fran first 5 and first 5 under is the ways I would go here. Look, Musgrove struggled a little last time out. I think he can correct some things here in this start and pitch a little bit better. And look, Gossman's in great form, and he's done excellent against San Diego in the past. So San Fran first 5 and a first 5 under are the bets that make some sense to me here in this game. Connor, what do you think, Giants and Padres?
Yeah, just like yesterday, give me the Giants first 5 here. I think there's a ton of value. I just don't think the Padres should be favored right now like this on the road. And not that the Giants, as the year goes on, we got a long way to go. But give me plus money, especially Gossman on the mound. I'm a little hesitant. I like the first 5 under 3.5 at -110. But like you talked about, the third time he's faced him, and the Pods got pretty good numbers off him. These guys, not huge. They all have about 8 to 10 at bats, but they're all hitting about over 300. Phams 4 for 8, Hosmer's 3 for 8, Profer's 4 for 12. You know, few guys that hit him all right. Machado or Tatis has got a homer. So should be interesting. I still lean Giants. Give me the plus money, and a little bit to the under. First 5 at 3.5.
Good for 6 Ks. He had 6 on the nose in the one start against San Diego. He had 5 in the other. So that's a good number. I don't think it's going to be close to that number. I wouldn't like it over or under, to be honest. It's probably going to be right around there with Gausman Ks. Glasnow and Montas here, Tampa Bay and Oakland. The Rays on the here, as you would expect, pretty heavy favorites. Not too heavy. -130 to -140. Total 7.5. Shaded to the under here in this game. Tyler Glasnow, look, it's hard to go against him. He had 1 rough inning against the Blue Jays, and other than that, he's been almost unhittable this season for the Tampa Bay Rays. Actually, in the last start, 3 runs allowed in 6 innings, so he wasn't great. It wasn't the absolute best Tyler Glasnow, but still 7-3 win. They got the victory. They got the job done. We'll see if he can keep it rolling here in this game against the Oakland Athletics. It's his second career start against them. He faced them just a few weeks ago, struck out 10, 7 shutout, scoreless innings, dominated this Oakland lineup in that start. We'll see if he can do it again here. Montas on the other side for the Oakland Athletics. Pitched all right against Toronto in his last start. 3 runs in 6 innings. 2.4 ERA against Tampa Bay in his lifetime. See if he can keep that going. This guy has some ability. There's no question, but he had a little bit of a shaky start. Had a better start last time. We'll see if he can keep it up here in this one. I don't have a strong feel on this game. Lean to Tampa a little bit, but more in the first 5. Lean a little bit to the first 5 under, if you can believe it. Montas maybe pitching a little bit better here. I certainly think Tampa Bay or Oakland's going to have a tough time against Glasnow. He dominated them last time out just a couple of weeks ago. Nothing official yet, but lean first 5 under here a little bit. Tampa Bay, I lean that way too. I don't know if I love the price enough, although you could also say that -130 with Glasnow might actually be a little bit of a discount. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, it might be. I still just don't love laying it on the road, even though Glasnow's been unreal. I'd lean that way with the Rays. This is a stay off for me. I've loved betting on the A's all year. I liked them yesterday. I didn't take the under, first 5 under, but I'm going to go back to it here again today, even at 3.5. Give me the first 5 under 3.5 here. I hope for no runs early. I hope Glasnow can keep it shut down early.
All right, liking the first 5 under. Boston, Baltimore. We've got Garrett Richards and Zach Lowther on Lowther, I think is actually how you pronounce it. Next up, Boston, Baltimore. Boston -130 road favorites, 9 total, shaded to the over. Garrett Richards, not a big fan, you know that. 4.4 ERA on the season. Just a guy that's a reclamation project. Let's call it for what it is. That's exactly what this is right here for him with the Boston Red Sox. He's hoping to keep it rolling here at this part. He has pitched better lately, no question. Last time at Texas, 1 run, 7 strikeouts and 5. I don't know how much to make of that because the Rangers can make mediocre pitching look so good. But before that, 1 run ball against the Mets. So that's 2 really good outings in a row here for Garrett Richards. Can he keep it rolling here against Baltimore? That remains to be seen. See, he has pitched a lot better the last 2 starts. But I know the moment I start to buy into this little resurgence, he's going to get crushed. That's the way it works sometimes with these kind of pitchers. So I worry about that here a little bit going into this game against the Baltimore Orioles. And when you look at the track record as well going into this start, Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini, Rio Ruiz, Chance Sisco, guys have hit Garrett Richards in the past, small sample sizes, but had success, and they've already seen him this year. Keep that in mind. When you're talking about mediocre pitchers, when you get a second or third look at that same pitcher, it's not easy for me to trust them to have success. Zach Lowther, I don't think has much upside. I mean, he's making a spot start here. He's only thrown 1 inning this year for the Orioles. He's going to be sent back to the team's alternate camp right after the game. So that tells you all you need to know. You just can't expect much from this guy. Like this is, he's only making a spot start here out of necessity. Not a whole lot of upside and long-term. Wow, this guy's going to be a big-time pitcher in the big leagues. No, it's not the case here with Zach Lowther. So I would lean a little to the over here in this game. I do like that Baltimore has seen Richards and they've had success against him a little bit. So I would lean to the over here, over 9 minus 110. What do you think here, Connor? Red Sox, Orioles.
Yeah, this is kind of a stay away from me. I haven't decided yet. I'm leaning the Orioles first 5. There's just no way I want Richards either. I've watched him pitch, though, his last few. He has looked better, but minus 140 on the road, in Camden Yards? No way. Give me the Orioles. And these Orioles, even with Lowther starting, there could be runs, and I lean the over 9. I don't know if it gets there, but these Orioles beat these Red Sox. Like last year, they beat them up a little bit this year. They have no problem with them. They struggle with the Yankees a bit, the Orioles, but they can play with them. They have no problem. So I'm leaning the Orioles here, first 5, plus 120. See if they can score a few runs off Richards and get a win, first 5.
All right, liking the Baltimore Orioles here a little bit. First 5, we've got Seattle and Texas on next game up. We got Swanson Dinners on the mound. Oh, the dinners were tasty. That was a great buffet in his last start. He was excellent. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing, that he was shutting down a team. But he did that against Baltimore. We'll see if he can keep it up here in this one. We've got Swanson against Arihara back on the mound off a little injury stint. We'll see if he can get back on track here for this. This guy's been an enigma this year for Texas. Right now, we've got the Rangers, actually even money, minus 110, both sides here. The total 9 across the board. I would lean over the total here. It went over the total last night in the game involving Fultonevich for the Rangers and Flexen for the Mariners. I think we could get over the 9 here. I just don't trust either guy. Like Swanson, I got to see Swanson do that again. He was brutal last year. So he needs more than just the one outing he had against Baltimore to show me he's a capable pitcher to get guys out at the major league level. And Arihara, he's had a whole ton of issues. He's had a finger injury. He had a bullpen session Thursday that had no issues. But look, he had his Wednesday start pushed back. He received a needle, an injection, not a COVID injection, an injection in his right middle finger earlier in the week. And as a result, he had the start pushed back. Again, he's given up 11 runs in his last 2 starts, 5.76 ERA in 25 innings this year. Control and command have not been great. 9 walks in 25 innings. There's no way I'm endorsing Arihara until I see evidence of him pitching well off an injury as well. And he's going to have to show it. So over the total is the way I would go here in this one. What do you think, Connor? Seattle and Texas.
Yeah, this one's a pass for me. I don't see any value on either side here. I like the Mariners yesterday. They pulled it out. I just don't like Swanson. They're both minus 105 just about. And I can't trust the sticks. I know these pitchers we can't trust them. Arihara, what are we going to get? 6, 7 strong or 4 innings and he gets rocked around with a bunch of walks? I'm not sure here. Just because they scored a bunch and I just don't trust the offenses, I lean a little bit towards the under at even money, the full game, and maybe this first 5. It's a 5 spot. So when I see 5, I like it a lot. I mean, because I get 5, I get a push. We don't got the 4 in the hook. But you got to trust these pitchers. Can they get it done? That's the whole deal here. But I lean that way, the under, first 5 and full game.
Lean to the first 5 under. Again, it was a 5-4 game last night with these two teams. The total was 8.5. It's 9 here tonight. I got to see it from Arihara off the injury. And by the way, Swanson, not only do I not trust him just after one good start that he had against Baltimore, but his track record against Texas. You want to hear a bad track record because he obviously has seen him a lot. These division rivals. 11.45 ERA in 8.2 innings against Texas Rangers. He has been absolutely destroyed by this team. We'll see if that continues here tonight, taking on the Texas Rangers. So. Again, something to keep in mind for sure. Yeah, the roof being open is always a good question, Luke. No doubt.
Definitely.
There's a huge difference in this ballpark and in Chase Field in Arizona with the carrying the baseball with the roof open versus closed. So that's always something to take a look at. So I'd have to go look, but I'll tell you this right now: if you're going to bet totals in these two ballparks, especially this time of year, April, May, June, July, you're going to see the roof closed in these ballparks. Too damn hot, too bloody hot in Arlington, Texas, too damn hot in Arizona in the desert in July to have the roof open. But this time of year, April, May, first 2 months of the season, they'll tend to open the roof at times at Chase Field and at this Globe Life here in Texas. So always worth looking to see if the roof is open if you're going to bet totals in these parks in the first couple months of the season. All right, good point there. White Sox and Royals, Lynn and Lynch, your two pitchers here in this one. We've got the White Sox minus 175 road favorites, total 9 here, shaded to the under in this one. Good old Lance Lynn. I mean, look, he's been a bit of a bane in my existence over the years. He's been good when I've bet against him. And he's been bad when I bet on him. That's basically been some of the patterns I've had with him in previous stints, St. Louis, Texas. But right now with the White Sox, he's pitching quite well for this team this season. Less than 2 ERA, been rock steady, rock solid. You got the rookie left-hander, Daniel Lynch, on the mound here for the Kansas City Royals tonight as well. That bothers me. Lynch, we'll have to wait and see what his credentials are, what his upside is. But you're talking about making a major league debut at 24 years old. How good can you be? Holy gosh. I mean, it's that's a pretty older age to be making your major league debut as a pitcher. We'll have to wait and see, but it wasn't sharp. 74 pitches, 46 of them only were strikes in his big league debut against Cleveland. 3 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks in 4.2 innings. That's not a good track record. And you're a lefty, who White Sox usually crush. Left-handed pitching. Sox hit lefties. The Royals have hit Lynn a little bit. You look at some of these head-to-head numbers here go in this game. Sal Perez, 6 for 16, 2 home runs, 375 average. That's worrisome. Benintendi, 6 for 18, 333 average. There's some sticks there that have done damage against Lance Lynn, a couple anyway. But I would still favor the White Sox here a little bit. In this game, this could be one of those games where I go to town a little bit here. White Sox in the first 5 makes some sense here in this game. I would probably choose the minus a half a run option at around even money, a better price. White Sox first 5. I would go with that. I might even go first 5 over and full game over, just because of the fact you do have a couple hitters that have hit Lynn, even though he's in good form, and White Sox team total over. That's going to be absolutely on my card for sure. That's probably the one I like the most. I like the first 5 too, half a run, but I think the team total over 4.5 White Sox. That's the way to go. They just hit lefties. This is not even a very, very good lefty, Daniel Lynch. I mean, he was terrible in that start against Cleveland earlier this week, and Cleveland can't hit lefties, and they were having success against Lynch. They were having success against Daniel Lynch earlier this week. So to me, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see if he can keep it going. But White Sox just hit lefties, and Lynch is going to have to show me he can improve from that first start. So I like the White Sox team total over 4.5. I've almost always take the team total for them over against lefties. I'm not backing down from it now. Connor, what do you think here?
Yeah, Lynch here. This is the big question mark. The White Sox just rip lefties, and we just talked about Miley throwing a no-hitter against the Indians. This guy just pitched against them and gave up 4 hits, 4 walks, and 4 2/3, struck out 3. He has flashes of some stuff. I've seen him pitch before, Lynch.
He's one of their better prospects. They've got him ranked with Singer and Bubich and some of these other guys, but I sure as hell didn't see any of that stuff the last time. He was just wild.
Yeah, he was. He was real wild. I like Lance Lynn, the Bulldog here. I'm with you here. Give me the first 5 White Sox. I like that a little bit better, around minus 110. I get the team total. I'm going to probably stay off. I don't love that it's like minus 125, 130, but they should get to them. The Royals just aren't hitting, and they're not playing good baseball. Yep. I think they've lost 5 in a row. It might be even 6. So I'm going to stay away from them. White Sox, the lefty. Give me the first 5, a half a run here.
All right, Blue Jays and Astros. Steven Matz and Christian Javier on the mound here in this one. We've got Houston minus 150, home favorites, total 9, shaded to the over in this one. Steven Matz a little bit back down to earth. He's had a rough couple of last starts for the Blue Jays. A brilliant start. Washington hit him hard the last time out as well against, I think it was Oakland. He struggled a little bit as well in that game. So definitely some tougher outings the last two for the Blue Jay for Matz with the Blue Jays. And the concern you have here going into this start tonight is that guess who hits lefty pitching quite well? The Houston Astros do. So it could be a little bit of a worrisome matchup here for Steven Matz, looking to bounce back after a couple of rough outings, but Houston's been ravaging lefty pitching all season long. So that could be some trouble for Matz here. On the flip side, Christian Javier gets the start for the Astros, 1.75 ERA this season. He's been quite good throughout the course of the season. Really, in his last start, he was cruising along. He gave up a 3-run home run to Meadows in a game they lost, but that was what snapped a 21-innings scoreless streak for Christian Javier. So he definitely has pitched very well. Him and even Urquidy last night. I mean, they've got some decent guys. Marcus Semien is the only Blue Jay to ever face him, and even then it was only one at bat. So this looks like advantage Astros today. Astros first 5 makes sense potentially, or full game. The Astros pen was good last night. Blue Jays bullpen suffering from some injuries right now as well. So it could be something you want to worry about. Yeah, Springer. Yeah, it's money. It's money that's well spent if we actually see him on the field. And we haven't seen him on the field yet. Like when he's been on the field, he's been good. But for the couple games he was there, he had a couple home runs. He was looking good at the plate, good in the field. But I don't know what it is. This mysterious cloud of mystery around what is bothering him and what's ailing him right now. But you're right. The Jays need to get him on the field right now. No question. So this game, I would probably lean Houston a little bit. First 5 innings, maybe a Houston team total. I like Matz a lot, but he's gone on a downturn the last 2 starts, and the Astros just do well against lefties. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, this is a difficult one. Steven Matz, he drives me nuts. We talked about it. I kind of want to go to him today. I know the Astros rip lefties. They scored a bunch of runs last night. Javier's been great. So if I can get Matz to just give up a few, I like the first 5 under 5 here at -115. I was on it yesterday. It went over, no problem. I have no problem going back to the well. I just need a few 5 strong from Matz. I think Javier can shut down the Blue Jays. Astros playing pretty well, but I don't want to take him at this minus price. You'd have to take him run line. I kind of like the Blue Jays +130 full game here, or 135.
Yeah, it's if Matz dials it back to the way he pitched prior to his last 2 starts, he could go out there and pitch well, but I don't know. Concerned a little bit.
Who knows?
Wait and see.
Yeah,
but it's a good price. You're right. Bounce back spot too. By the way, the roof's been open at Minute Maid Park. It was open last night. It probably will be open again tonight. So be aware of that. The ball's carrying a lot more. It is. Yeah. So I'd be scared with an under in this game here tonight with these two. And that roof open. Speaking of scared of under, that's all right. That's why. But you got the first 5 too. You avoid the bullpens at least. Speaking of games, I'm not scared. I'm scared of the under in Arizona and the Mets here. Merrill Kelly, who's not been good, and Joey, who's Fugazi with the way he pitches. Joey Fugazi, Lucchesi for the New York Mets here in this one. Or at least it was going to be him. Now the Mets don't necessarily know for sure. So who knows what it's going to be, but -140, the Mets here, total 8 across the board. It was going to be Lucchesi. Keep an eye on that. We're not sure right now. It looks like they might be changing it up and going in a different direction here, the Mets. So keep an eye on that. Let me see if I can get a little bit of an update here regarding this. Let me just see here. All right, Arizona, Merrill Kelly. No, they've still got Lucchesi on dailybaseball.data.com, and they usually stay up with it. So I'm hoping that's the case because Arizona does hit better against lefties. This is a terrible lefty, Joey Lucchesi. He's been terrible this season. Arizona should score some runs. I don't really trust Merrill Kelly either, taking his lackluster 5.79 ERA with him on the road here to Citi Field in this one. We'll see if he can turn it around. He's shown capabilities in the past, but boy, it's not necessarily been something that's been prevalent this season with Merrill Kelly, the ability to just get in a groove, get in a roll, and shut things down. So I see runs on both sides. If it's Kelly versus Lucchesi, I see runs on both sides in this one. No doubt about that. What do you think, C-Mac?
Yeah, if it's those two, I see runs here as well. The D-backs got 4 right away and then couldn't do anything. And the Mets came back and won last night. Here it's 3.5. It's minus 115. I kind of like it. Don't love it. And the Mets, I just don't trust them enough right now. It's over 4.5, right around plus 115, their team total. Maybe look that way. I'd just rather go the full game over 8, minus 110, just to be safe a little bit. But if you're trusting the Mets, I think they're going to heat up. Lindor's finally got a couple knocks. Maybe they get rolling. Pete Alonso needs to get going. That guy, after the massive year a couple years ago, he needs to be big. He needs to hit 40 jacks for them to go far. So if you like the Mets team total, yeah, over 4.5 plus money, but I'll stick to the full game, just over 8 with these two pitchers.
Yeah, I like the over there as well. And you know what, David Sharp, there's legitimate, if you want to buy low, now's the time on Lindor. He finally got a big hit last night in the game, that 2-run homer to tie it against Arizona. I think this is buy low time. I think that's the kind of thing that could spark a really, he's a really good player. I mean, I know it's been a beyond brutal first month with his new team, the New York Mets, but you got to think that gets him going a little bit. So I think there's value with him total bases now in the next few days now. Oftentimes I see this all the time in baseball and even in hockey. You don't score in 10 games, you get a goal, and then all of a sudden the floodgates open, you get a bunch of goals right after that. Same in baseball. You're not hitting, you get that one big hit, and all of a sudden you go, it's off to the races, and your confidence just soars. So I could see Frankie Lindor definitely getting a boost. He should of confidence from that 2-run home run, and probably watch him go on a little bit of a run here going into this game and moving forward. Keep an eye on that. Philadelphia, Atlanta, Vince Velasquez. I told you we'd get back to talking about him. Ian Anderson in this one, 4.91 ERA for Velasquez, although he did pitch really well against the Brewers last time. More of an indictment on the Brewers. Ian Anderson for the Braves, 3.27 ERA. Atlanta minus 165 home favorites. The total 9 shaded to the under. I do like Atlanta team total over. I'm going to that here. I'm still not ready to firmly buy into what Vince Velasquez here is selling going into this game here with the Phillies and the Braves. You look at some of these Braves against Velasquez. We've got Albies 5 for 15, 333 average. Acuna 4 for 13, 308 average. Freddie Freeman 3 for 10, 340, 10 for 29, I should say, 345 average. Against Vince Velasquez. So there's some damage that's been done. 6 for 18, Dansby Swanson, 333 average against Velasquez. There's some damage that's been done to Vince Velasquez by this Atlanta team. Bounce back spot for Atlanta. Old man Morton gave them no shot to win that game. None, 0. He was just brutal in the first inning, buried his own team with that 6 runs allowed in the first inning. Hey, and yesterday is the absolute vindication, I should say, of this nonsense that, wow, that line move is so big, I've got to stay away. No, you can fade line moves. There are line moves that are dead wrong. Yeah. And obviously that total in the game last night, Phillies Braves going from 8.5 to 7.5 was dead wrong. It was dead money. It was the wrong move. We were scratching our heads on the show yesterday saying, why the hell is this total going down so much? But we didn't shy away. We stuck to our guns. We stuck to our beliefs. We stuck to our handicap, and we went over the total, and we all got it done with that. So here to that. It's telling you, don't be scared to go against a big line move. Nevertheless, here, I like Atlanta team total over. Anderson should probably pitch well. He's been good, but I'm probably just going to go team total. I don't really love the Atlanta pen, so I'd rather just take any Atlanta pitching out of this one. Connor, what do you think here?
Yeah, I could see that the safe way would take the Braves over 4.5 at minus 120. I haven't decided yet. I don't want the Phillies. I think they had the big breakout yesterday. I got to go with the Braves here. They've pounded them pretty well, all these Braves batters. Albies has got a couple homers, like you mentioned. I lean the over 9 at even money. and I'll take the Braves. I think I'm going to go first 5, half a run. I just don't know if I can go full game. It's bit me, the run line at plus 110. So I'm probably just going to keep it to the first 5, a half a run here with the Braves. I like Anderson. I mean, he's their best pitcher. He's got to throw well again, good today, and I think they can bounce back. Big number, he's minus 170, but Velasquez is horrible. They should jump on him and get him out of there probably by the 4th inning, and at least score 4 or 5 off him.
Yeah, the Braves first 5 minus a half a run is an option for me. I'll probably add that as well. That's a safe one.
Yeah,
I think Anderson duels Velasquez. I'll probably go with that one. Braves first 5 minus a half run, and also that Atlanta team total over 4.5. Christian Larson, you're right. I've talked about the Truist Park overs in Atlanta, 12-2-1 to the over this season for Atlanta home games. That is something to make note of. They have been an over machine in that park this year. Miami, Milwaukee, I don't want to make it sound like we skipped that game. We did, but for a good reason. There's no named starter yet for Miami. We don't know who's going to be on the mound for them. Hauser from Milwaukee. I'll just keep it brief. I'm not looking to bet against Miami right now. They've got it rolling. They've got their hitting going a little bit. The pitchers are getting it done. Milwaukee can't hit a lick right now. I don't care who's on the mound. They could throw out freaking you could put Velasquez on the mound for Miami. I still don't know if I'd want to bet against Miami right now going into this game. Conor, that's the way I would go, regardless of who's pitching, Miami or past. What about you?
I'm with you. So we don't know here. The Marlins are a huge.
Milwaukee. Hauser got hit a little bit in his last start.
He did, but he hasn't looked too bad lately. It's a game I'm going to stay off. Little bit of value with the Brewers. They just haven't hit. Marlins are hot, but the number's kind of big. I mean, if you like him, I'd lay the half a run or run line. I think the number's a little high. Whoever's the starter going to be. I mean, they don't know, but I'm looking at tentative, minus 165. And over 8.5. Maybe look under too. Marlins win games, great pitching. I don't know who their starter is, but unders, I've been all over them. First 5 under full game, but I'll wait till we see who's pitching.
Yeah, that FIP is worrisome about Hauser, no question. Yeah, it's Miami. Miami first 5 and full game splits this week have been just phenomenal to me. So that would be the way I would stick to it here with the Marlins. First 5 full game. Split it up. Last game, Battle of LA, Dodgers and Angels. Kershaw, Bundy. Kershaw minus 140 road favorites, total 8 shaded to the over. I am done. I am done for now backing the Dodgers. Done. Urias last night. Angels can't hit lefties. Well, they sure as fuck hit him. Holy gosh.
Man, he
Barry
got lit
behind the 8 ball, 4-1, 5-1. And, by the way, by the time you see the Dodgers pen and they're trailing by 4, it's over. It's finished. There's no shot in hell with that terrible Dodger pen. Although the Angel pen stinks too. They've just got serious problems right now, the Dodgers. And that was supposed to be their spot against an Angels team. Urias had been pitching well. Angels don't hit lefties, and the Dodgers still can't get it done. I will not be on the Dodgers today. Kershaw, again, lefty. He's actually pitched very well against the Angels in the past for the most part. When you look at his numbers against the Dodgers, 2.45 ERA, 7-2 in 13 career starts against the Angels. Look, Dodgers should win. They've got the pitching edge here. I don't trust Bundy. Bundy sort of regressing a little bit. Not been terrible, but you can tell he's backtracking a little bit. 0-3, 4.0 ERA. But I'm not doing it. I cannot. I will not do it. I pounded my head against the wall twice this week. I lost a Dodger first 5 with Buehler, their best pitcher. I lost a Dodger first 5 yesterday with Urias, who had been great prior to last night. I'm done. Sorry, I'm done. I can't do it. I won't do it. No Dodgers for me. No mas. Conor Mack, what do you think? Dodgers, Angels. What are we going to do with this Dodger team? Dodger blue, as in they are blue. They're crying how bad things are going.
They suck. Maybe it's going to take my guy, Al Bundy, Dylan Bundy, to get him. This is a guy the Dodgers should rip. I don't like anything about him. Kershaw's the guy on the mound. The Angels don't hit lefties. Of course, they got to Urias last night. I'm with you. That push, I was with Buehler. That ended up pushing, and it pushed my under and last night. But I'm telling you, if you like the Angels, like we talked about just last night, take them first 5. They got away with it. They kind of got the big lead, so the bullpen was nothing. The Dodgers scored like one late. Yeah, David Sharp. Trout's 3 for 21. He does got a homer off Kershaw. Upton 7 for 54 with a bomb. None of these guys have done well. And the Angels just can't hit lefties. I don't think you're going to see Kershaw minus 140 too many times. I'm probably not going to put it out, but I think the value is with the Dodgers first 5 again. It's a risk here at your own shit. And I don't blame you. I'm on the same boat, and I'm fucking pissed. So the one other thing I want to bring up, Mookie Betts, 4 bombs off Bundy. He's 9 for 41. Give me the Mookie Betts homer prop and his bases over 1.5.
And bases. That's the one. That's what I would like in this game. Exactly right. Another one. You beat me to it. You beat me to it. That's exactly what I was going to look at. Mookie crushing Bundy in the past. Remember, years of seeing him, familiarity, Boston and Baltimore all those years when he was with the Red Sox, Mookie, and Bundy was with the Orioles. So all that familiarity, and it helps a hitter in that scenario, especially a good one like Mookie Betts. So I'm with you there. The total bases and the home run prop with Mookie Betts, definitely a bet. 2 bets I'll be making for sure in that one. Great stuff, Connor. Great analysis here of the Saturday NHL card. We'll get to, or not NHL, MLB card. Great analysis there. We'll get to best bets for this baseball card in just a second. But before we do, as we always do at this time of the show, we'll pause for 30 seconds for this advertisement and this message from our great sponsors, Manscaped. All right, Manscaped, promo code PubSport. Check them out, as well as mybookie.ag. Again, great time of year, NHL, NBA, MLB, and not just that. Today, there's UFC as well, UFC fight cards. So there's lots going on. Check them out, mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports, and use Bitcoin accepted currency at that book as well. Promo code PubSports. It is best bet. And by the way, I was 10-3 in MLB yesterday. It was an amazing day, and the Dodgers were one of those 3 losses. So that's why I'm extra pissed at them. There's no question about it. But best bet time for this for this Saturday edition of the Closing Time Show. Connor Mack, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet?
I'm gonna go. Hey, I've been slumping, so watch my best bet. I was hot early. I'm gonna get back on track. But give me the White Sox first 5. Then we'll get to Lynch. I think they could get to him a half a run. You get probably minus 105 or better. But give me the White Sox. I like Lance Lynn on the mound. White Sox first 5, half a run.
All right, White Sox first 5 innings. Laying the minus half a run on the White Sox to get the job done with Lance Lynn, who has been a nice find for the White Sox this season with the way he has pitched for them. My best bet, I'm going to go a team total today in MLB. We're going to pick on Vince Velasquez today because I don't buy his, the last start. Milwaukee can't hit a lick. Velasquez struggles on the road typically, and Atlanta's crushed him in the past. Atlanta off a loss yesterday. Morton buried them before you could even get in your seat at Truist Park last night. And I think they bounced back strong today. Atlanta Braves, team total, over 4.5, minus 120. That is going to be my best bet for this Saturday MLB card. That'll wrap it up. Thanks to best bet Dodgers minus 2.5. Funny joke, Brian. Well done. That'll wrap it up for this edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll be back with you tomorrow, Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, for another edition of the MLB Closing Time Show. For Connor Mack, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Saturday. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you tomorrow right here again for the MLB Closing Time Show on Pub Sports Radio.